When children are young, a lot of times you'll hear them say, "How can Santa come? We don't have a chimney for him to come down." So today we're building that fireplace so Santa can deliver those presents. This is Sandy at Apple Cottage. I am Suburban Homesteader, Wyoming. And come along to 12 Days of Christmas Crafts for the kiddos. Today's project is building a fireplace so that Santa can come down. And we're going to do that out of a large box, and I'm going to give you a supply list that we're using today. Our supply list today includes one big box, construction paper, black, brown, light brown if you have it, if you have two different colors of construction paper of brown, red, orange, yellow. We have some scissors, white glue. On my box, I had a lot of writing, so I used some craft paper, which I'm using as my dark brown, and some tape to hook that on. My suggestion is that you go through the video, which isn't very long, and you see the start to the finished product. Then go back and stop and start as you guys build the fireplace. And that way it'll make it easier for you. So here's the box that I had. It did have a lot of print on it, so I covered it up with the craft paper. But most boxes are fine. There's always usually a side that doesn't have anything written on it. We need to make an opening for our fireplace, and depending on your box, you may need to use one piece of paper or two pieces of black paper. We're just going to simply glue that on with white glue. I'm going to go all the way around the edges. You don't want to really use a lot of glue, just because it can wrinkle the paper. Just enough to hold it down. Now I always like to line it up with the very bottom of the box. That way you know that it's straight and you don't have to worry about pulling it back off again. Just simply rub it down and it will stay in place. Now I'm working on the table right now. But if it's easier to work on the floor, do that. Now I need some colors for the flames in the fireplace. Now kids, don't worry, Santa knows those flames are not real. And I'm going to use yellow, orange, and red today. I'm just going to simply cut them out. The flames can be as straight or as curvy as you'd like. And I'm starting with yellow in the background. But you can start with any of those three colors in the background. Now I need some space on the top also. So it's easier to cut the bottom off than it is to try to cut along the curves. And I'm going to line that up just like I did the black piece of paper. And then it's just a matter of gluing it on when I have it exactly in the spot I want. Now I've cut out all three of the colors now. And I'm going to take my white glue again, go along the edges, and just put a line of glue in there. I'll flip it over and line it up with the very bottom of the black sheet of paper, because we know the black sheet is already straight. You're going to simply rub it with your hands so that it will adhere to the paper. Now when you go to put the second one on, you could put it right in the center again, but I kind of like it if we put it to the side a little bit. I think it gives the flames a little bit more movement. But it's totally up to you and the kiddos on where they want to put it. And if you only wanted to use one color, that's okay. I just happen to have three colors of construction paper, and I'm going to use all three of them. And when I get them in the position I want, I just am simply pressing them down and lining them up. Now we have to make some bricks. So I'm using my brown paper. I'm doing 4 strips actually to use up all that sheets of paper, and they're 3 thick. Then I'm going to cut each strip in half and curve those edges a little bit. Would I have to? No. I just find it a little more attractive. And then it's a matter of deciding how to position the bricks on the fireplace. Now when you lay bricks, they're staggered, and so you want to do some of those bricks cut in half. And that way it looks like somebody actually laid those bricks to make that fireplace. If you're going to go on the sides, you can just simply wrap the next brick around. I'm not going to do the sides, I'm only doing the top. And I've got those all lined up. I haven't glued any of them yet. And it's just a matter of a solid brick, then 2 half bricks. And you just continually do that pattern. And so then it looks consistent, like it's actually bricks. Now remember, you can wrap it around. It's totally up to you. Along the first row along the top is the solid, then I do a half brick, then regular bricks and a half brick. And then we're ready to glue it down. It's always better to have them all lined up first before we glue anything. So I have a couple of them glued down. I like to put the half ones right next to the opening of the fireplace. We're just doing the same as with everything else, just a little bit of glue, not too much, and we're lining them up. And you just press them down. They are a little bit wet at first, so you can peel them up if you have to. If you're going to wrap around, you can just take solid whole bricks. And everything is just a thin layer. And we are just continuing on all the bricks, always making sure that along those edges the half bricks are going right next to our opening of our fireplace. So it's just a matter of one brick after another, and it doesn't take a lot of time, and it's really pretty simple just to lay those out. It's a fun project, and you get that whole look of a real fireplace as you glue those bricks down. And that's exciting. Now here's the finished fireplace. And at any point you could still add more bricks if you decide you want to do the sides. That's just a matter of cutting those out like we very first did. And it makes a fun fireplace for Santa. On the second day of Christmas, the craft that we're going to do is we're making an extra stocking for Santa and an angel. And we are actually going to hang that stocking on our fireplace and put the angel on the mantel. Well, I hope you're ready now for Santa to come down that chimney with 12 days of Christmas crafts every afternoon for 12 days.